You may struggle with doubt or fear of failure, but don't worry, you are not alone. You'd be surprised, but a lot of people think they're not good enough and are scared to take the risk to chase their dreams. But that isn't the real you. It's not a you problem you're dealing with, it's a thinking problem you're dealing with. So how can we change our thinking and develop a fearless winner's mindset? Because honestly, if you could change your thinking, you can change your life. I was convicted of aggravated assault when I was 21 years old. I was sentenced to 18 months in prison, and upon my release, I tried to get jobs, but no one wanted to hire me because of my criminal record. I had the mindset that I'm a felon, I'm a loser, and this was all my life was going to amount to. Therefore, I resorted back to a life of crime. I ended up going back to prison 3 more times. When I was released from prison the 4th time, I went into drug treatment and therapy. I started to learn more about myself and my distorted thinking. I learned how to identify negative thought patterns and reverse them. Instead of thinking negative and telling myself I couldn't succeed because of my past, I started thinking positive and told myself I could do anything I set my mind to. Was it going to be difficult? Yes. But was it possible? Of course. When I started to change my thinking, my entire life changed. When you constantly fill your mind with negative thoughts, it becomes your reality. Your mind can't tell the difference between imagination and the real thing. That's why it is important to speak life, love, and positivity over yourself all throughout the day. Every morning, I write down things I'm grateful for, I relive moments I'm grateful for, and I meditate on the things I'm grateful for. I'm pretty sure you've heard of self-love. Well, a part of self-love is self-talk. You need to constantly reassure yourself throughout the day and tell yourself you can and you will. A lot of people seek reassurance from outside sources, but the only reassurance you need is from yourself and from God. When I started live streaming, I had a goal of getting 100 active viewers in my stream. It was a pretty big goal because at the time, I would only get 10 or 15. But I told myself every day that it was possible and I would achieve it. And sure enough, 7 or 8 months into live streaming, I hit 100 viewers and shortly after hit 150. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and share, because when you do those actions, it encourages me to continue to create content consistently for you guys. The thing is, when you tell yourself that something is achievable, you give your brain permission to start figuring out how to accomplish it. If you have a goal or something you want to achieve and you instantly tell yourself it's not possible, your brain won't even start to think of ways to make it happen. If you have a goal you want to reach, every day you need to be writing that goal down. Don't just write down the goal, but write down, I will accomplish this goal. I accomplished this goal. After you write it down, you need to speak life into that goal. You need to say it out loud. Like I said before, your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So you need to start to set that intention and put that goal out into the world. Give your brain permission to make that goal happen. When I first got out of prison and went into drug treatment, I applied for public housing. About 4 months later, I got a letter saying that my name came up on the waiting list. I went to the appointment and I was so excited to finally get my own place. I had been in prison and treatment for almost the last 2 years. So you could only imagine how great it was going to be to have my own house. So I go to the appointment, I talk to the lady, I tell her about my background, and she informs me that I will not be able to move into the house because of my record. I was very upset, but instead of focusing on the negative, I focused on the positive. Yes, it would have been nice to move into a new house right away, but I would have been an hour away from my children. So instead of being mad that I didn't get the house, I was happy that I had an opportunity to be closer to my kids. And I was happy that I would be able to stay closer to my sober network. When bad things happen, we as humans can get so stuck and fixated on the negative that we don't look for the positive in the situation. When we look for the positive in every situation we encounter, it will improve our happiness by so much. So I want you to do this. Every time something bad happens, don't focus on the negative and try to find 2 positives out of that situation. Because no matter how bad of a situation you're in, there's always at least something positive that's going to come out of it. And even if there seems like there's nothing positive that came out of it at the time, in the future, you will see that something positive came out of the situation. I hope this video was helpful. And if you guys want to learn how you can accomplish any goal you set for yourself, click on this video.